calling board pairs is always better than calling pocket pairs. And so what the solver does here is it basically calls all the board pairs on the turn.
So even like ace-3 suited?
I'm pretty sure ace-3 suited calls here. I mean, we can check it, but this is, it's button, small blind. But it would be consistent to do it. So, okay. But you could probably come across player types who, you don't actually make the money calling certain pairs against them. The thing is about this is if you now rank your board pairs, like how would ace-8 rank on the board pairs? Like, would it be like one of the better board pairs, one of the worst board pairs, one of the kind of medium strength board pairs?
Medium strength?
Yeah, it should be medium strength, but it should be kind of the best of the medium, right? Like, I think for some reason that combo in particular, and we should be able to see this in the solver, is actually going to be some way, somehow, like the highest EV second pair combo. And so, if we've now got this panel up in the solver, you see, like, the break-even hands there aren't the pairs. In fact, ace-3 is worth, like, 3. It's like 9s, 10s, and jacks are the break-even combos. And then if you look at something like ace-8, you can see that ace-8 of hearts is now even higher than the other ones.
Does that say ace-3 has more equity?
It's got ace-3 of spades involved in this thing. But ace-3 of diamonds has 3 big blinds compared to the other ones. So, I mean, in some sense, yes. Like, and you can see that basically ace-8 here, because he doesn't barrel hearts on the turn, it doesn't block any of the bluffs. And then it blocks a little bit of the value hands. So if you rank all the 8s, you basically can see that ace-8 here is like, I mean, this is the holy grail of combos, essentially. If we roll through this, like, this is the holy grail of bluff catchers on the turn. And the top pairs are, considered, kind of so strong that you would never consider folding them.
Funny.
So, like, and truthfully, I think kind of structurally this plays a little more bothersome even, because, like, the clarity of the idea is not that strong. Like, like when I think about a checklist here for calling turn, I'm like, do I have a board pair? And then if I do have a board pair, do I block the backdoor flush draw, which is a bonus because they're supposed to give up their backdoor flush draws on turn? And then the third point is do I block some of the value range, which is also good. And so here you've got like the trifecta of like reasons to call turn.
We block 8s, we block ace-queen.
You block aces. And, all of those combos are a lot extra. We have the board pair, so we have a little bit of extra equity against something like kings. And then, the backdoor flush draw, so you should be a little bit wider on the barrel. So you literally have like the 3 main points to making a weaker call on the turn, which is why this combo is worth like 6 bigs as a call compared to, everything else.
So blocking the backdoor flush draw with the hearts is good.
Yes. Do we want to kind of expand this on some level?
I mean, I think I got it so far, but I'm always down to expand, especially if it helps in other spots.
Yeah. So why do we want to block the backdoor flush draw? I think I just want to make sure you understand it.
Why do we want to block it? It's because he would use it he's not going to bluff with it. So when we unblock his other bluffs when we hold it.
Yeah.
Like having the 9 of spades here would be terrible. Like the 9 of spades, 8. Not the 9 of spades, 9-8 of diamonds. That doesn't work.
I mean, you could think about something like the 9-8 of diamonds having to be lower EV than having the 9-8 of hearts. And I think you can actually show that if I remember this right, but maybe not. This board's a little particular because of the way the gut shots work. And so these combos are actually pretty similar. But if you go to the king 8 of hearts combo, now you start to see the bump. And I think you'd see it, apparently you're not seeing it on the low side either. So, but basically, maybe I want to rephrase this again. So one of the things I want to fold, I'm guaranteed to fold here on the turn if I barrel as the out of position player, is like ace jack of hearts and ace 10 of hearts and ace 9 of hearts. If I barrel, those combos all fold. because they float the flop, right?
Mhm.
So like King Jack of Hearts floats, Ace Jack, Ace 10, Ace 9. And so one of the things I really want to do here to barrel here is basically to avoid the heart combos.
Right.
Because those hands just don't get as many folds as the other combos. So if you look across this on the deuce of diamonds and you look at the ace kings, you start to see this really amplified, right? Like basically the ace king of diamonds combo is almost a full big blind better than ace king of hearts. And so because of that now, because of that effect, having the ace of hearts in the in position player's hand with a pair is quite good because basically you're guaranteed to catch a hell of a lot more bluffs. Because he's not using any of kind of these ace of hearts combos to build his bluffing range.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Or very few of them. And this is where the solver starts to like get, maddeningly amazing at balancing ranges and stuff. I mean, the general human heuristics are pretty clear. Like, if you have the king of hearts or the ace of hearts, it's probably just better to check. And the solver, of course, dives into another level and, finds something really particularly sophisticated.
Best I can do. Yes, and this would also apply to 3-bet pot, single raise pots.
Yeah, it applies. It applies basically. It applies.
Well, we end up calling though with nines here, or like sevens in a single raise pot, I think, or not. Maybe not sevens. Sevens are pretty bad. If this was a 6 and then we called sevens.
I mean, you could. It depends on range, right? I mean, there's a lot of like variables here that are kind of tough to understand because at the end of the day, MDF is what matters.
Mm-hmm.
So
ranges are much wider in single raise pots.
Yeah, so if this was like small blind versus big blind, and the small blind bet this board, I mean, you're gonna float a bunch of backdoor king highs, jack highs, ace highs, right? And so now on the deuce turn, I mean, you're staring at this, and sevens feels kind of close-ish.
Yeah.
Because you have all these kind of, random offsuit cards that missed. And so you're like got really clear calls with your pairs because they're just way better than everything else. And then sevens and stuff like that are like, do I call it? Maybe. I don't know. Or do I want an ace-jack combo that has a little more equity against kind of the upper parts of the range? Has a little better blocker effect. And so it's not necessarily clear how to answer the question, but the ranking system remains the same. So this idea that second pair is greater than pocket pair is consistent.
Yeah.